this is Russ. Yeah, I'm back out on the road again. What are we riding today? This is the Wired Cruiser. The Wired Cruiser. Yeah, you didn't think I was going to take this bike out for a long, long time, huh? Well, here we are. The Wired Cruiser. So we're basically riding the streets today. Kind of taking it easy on the Cruiser. We're not going to go too fast here. Take our time. Yeah, in the area here, you know, as I mentioned before, there's always been some potential issues with possible banning of e-bikes, right? Well, not in my area yet, but they have banned e-scooters. And another town over, a couple of towns over, Glenview, Illinois, has banned e-bikes and scooters. So yeah, we're not going to go really fast. We're just going to stay within a certain range. Stay as long as we can on a certain range. And not go real fast. Yeah, you know, the whole thing is people look at these big vehicles. Oh, this one's a forensic unit, it said. Arlington Heights, what are they doing out here? Forensic unit. Hey, right up my alley. By the way, yeah, we used to have a crime van as well. The two police departments that I worked at, San Diego Police Department and Chula Vista Police Department out in California. Yeah, it's the second cop I saw on the street. First cop was actually timing cars. I don't know if he hit me or not, but I wasn't going that fast. I can't do anything about it. So anyway, a lot of talk of banning going on. Now, I did a video not too long ago, probably a day or two ago, which you'll probably see before this one. We were talking about a new proposed change to our laws here for bikes and e-bikes. And that would be using the stop sign as a yield sign. Yep, there we go. I never thought I'd see the day when Illinois would actually even be considering it. But they are. They're considering it. So apparently it passed the House, the Senate, sorry. It passed the Illinois Senate. Now it's got to go to House Rules Committee. I don't know when that will be, as far as if they will pass it or they don't, but the Senate passed it 40-3-0. I guess the 0 would be, what, abstinence? Would that be the case with the 0? I guess so, maybe. So 43-3 in favor of passing that ruling. Now, they also had, at one time, from my understanding of it, is that they were trying to pass the fact that you can ride two people next to each other as a bike rider. You know what I'm talking about? What would they call that? Next to each other, whatever they call that. Instead of in single file. But I think they dropped that. Yeah. I think they listened to it and they decided to drop it. And so now the main thing really is the stop sign as a yield sign. Let's hope they pass it, because really, as you might know, I've been doing that for quite a while now. But I would like to be able to say that, you know, in our area legally, I can do it. I mean, the thing is I think a lot of those guys know that that's what we do in this area anyway. They might as well pass it. I'm not the only one. Like I said on a couple other videos, I'm not the only one that does it. In fact, I think almost all of us do it at this point. Very few will stop fully at a stop sign. The only time we stop at a stop sign fully is if we see there's cars or pedestrians around. But if, you know, like here, there's nobody here. You know, what's the point of actually fully stopping? And then we'd have to hop off the bike. Yeah, it's actually more dangerous for us to do that than it is. It's just kind of slow down, look around, and then go. So anyway, with the Wired Cruiser, this bike can do 40 miles an hour, and I've done it once, or twice, I think, actually, on camera. And those were the only times I actually did it, just for you guys, so you can see that it does do it. Now, the talk has been, will Wired be giving me one of the newer bikes that have come out, right? There's 72 volt bikes out. That would be the Wired Scout, which would be the equivalent of my Cruiser. That's the step-through version. And from last time I texted the owner of the company, he said that yes, he will be getting me one as soon as he fulfills the others. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. He's got to fulfill the sales first. And then if anything's left over, then he'll get me one. Yeah, I asked for a red one. Now, here's the thing with this bike, and it's kind of have me torn a little bit. Obviously, I'm not one for extreme speeds. He knows that. I know that. You all know that. I only did the 40 just to show you that it was able to be done. So will I take the Scout and do 50? I don't know. The thing is that I think most of you guys know, anyone who's considered it knows it can do 50. Yeah, we've seen it on Citizen Cycle's review of it. Other people have gotten it. They said it can do it. You know, do you really need to see me do it at 50? That's the question. So then the other question, oh look, road closed to through traffic. I wonder what they're doing over there. Construction ahead, uh-oh. Well, we'll keep going, let's see what happens. So the question becomes, should Wired give me an e-bike or not give me an e-bike if I'm not gonna do the fast speed? Because really, they're kind of known for their speed, right? I mean, here, let me go real fast, quickly, just start up here. So there's a 30 mile per hour zone. I've hit 30.5 already. I'm not gonna do 40, okay? So I hit the speed limit. It didn't take that long for me to get there either. It's got power. Now, the other bike is gonna have even more power. So, should I show you the 50 miles per hour? I don't think so. I'm gonna say that right now. Now, if Wired sees this, they may say, well, why are we gonna give it to this guy? He's not even gonna do 50 miles an hour for us. That would be up to them. Yeah, that would be up to them. But I think he knows there are people like me who appreciate the power of the bike if we need it in an emergency. Yeah. All right, now technically, is it illegal to do? Yeah, well, technically, yeah. on our streets, but let's put it this way. If I'm doing the 20 miles per hour, or maybe I'm even doing the 28 miles per hour, something comes out of the blue on the street and I've got to zip out of that area fast. I like knowing that my bike can get me out of there. That's where I see this new 72 volt 50 mile an hour Scout helping me out. Okay, it's like right now, if you watch me riding the Cruiser currently, I'm not going fast. Most of the time I've been on the Cruiser, I have not been going fast. If you've ever noticed my videos with the Wired Cruiser, the only time going fast was showing you guys that those 2 times for the demonstrations, right? But on a normal basis, I'm not riding fast. I'm throttling most of it right now. Let's pedal a little bit. I'm not going fast. Here's where I see the benefit is. I've got a double battery system in here, okay? I've got a very quick pickup if I need to do it. It's an emergency thing for me. That's how I see it. And I think several of you who have purchased Wired Cruisers because of the Russ is Right channel have said the same thing. This is the reason why you get it. It's not that you're gonna daily ride it at, you know, a very fast speed. I'm not a speed demon. All right. But you know, to be able to have a quick pickup like I just did here, I didn't fully throttle 100%. It's partial throttle, but I can get out of a situation if I need to. If I need to go quickly for something, I can do it. I'm not going to maintain that fast speed. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to use it for quick acceleration things when I need to. Like, okay, here, we're going to pass through this intersection like we usually do. I'm not going to go slowly. I'm going to go as fast as I can to get out of there. You know, the chances of you getting hit by a car on an intersection is fairly great. Not if you get by it and don't take your time around the intersection, just get out of there, right? So here, I'm throttling fully. I'm out of the situation already. We're already on the other side. That's what I'm using it for. So, now if Wired feels that this is sufficient, then yeah, they'll send me a bike. If they don't think that's sufficient, then maybe he won't. I'm okay either way, yeah. But that doesn't mean that I don't like their bikes, because I do. Yeah, the Wired Cruiser is actually one of my favorite bikes. Yeah, I'm starting to like certain bikes, and it's one I really like to ride. I haven't ridden it much this year. I think this is maybe the second time. I'm not really sure. Hasn't been long. Let's keep going forward. Hasn't been long, but you know, the thing is, I try to give the bikes a fair shake, right? Give it some ride time. Yeah, I didn't charge this battery up either, just since the last time I rode it. It's got 82%, but you know, it's a double battery system, so I'm okay with that, because I knew I wasn't going to take it. I wasn't going to take it out consistently. It may be a while before I take it out again. So I said, yeah, let it sit. Yeah, it's almost like, you know, when you do the winter time. Yeah, you kind of let the battery sit for a while. You know, I usually drag it down to maybe around the 70% range for the winter. Yeah, so I figured, you know, I'm good. Had 80-something% on it. Let it sit. Yeah. Now, if I was going to take this out on something further, I would charge it up. Yeah, it actually says 90% now. I guess under load it was at 80%, 82%. So yeah, I guess I did charge it a little bit. Not fully. Or the last time I rode it, I didn't ride it that much that it really drained it much at all. Well, here's the thing. Some people have asked me about, you know, this particular bike, and some have asked me about the 72-volt Scout version. They've asked me, you know, I'm a certain height, I'm a certain size, will it fit me? This is a very large bike, let me say. It is very, very large. It's actually the largest bike I have. And when I'm on it, I really feel kind of tall up here. Now, of course, I have a full leg extension usually on all of my bikes, but even so, I still feel taller and higher up than any of my other bikes. So you just gotta know that. Another thing too is that the wired bikes are very heavy, okay? They are not light in weight. I don't know exactly what the weight is of this bike or the other bike, but I believe this is in the maybe 118 range, 118 maybe, something like that, I'm guessing. I don't know for a fact, but it's over 100 something. The Scout, I believe, is gonna be in the 140, 150 ranges, something like that. I mean, that's a heavy bike. That's a really heavy bike. So really, which is the best one to go with? I mean, then there's the Predator, which is, I don't know, that's even heavier. It's a double motor system, right? Would I ever take a Predator? I don't think so. I don't think so. It's not me. Doesn't mean it's not for anybody else. I mean, other guys do pretty good with it, but it's not me, you know. Like I said, even the 72-volt version, I'm going, is that overkill for me? Probably is. Realistically, it probably is, but, you know, I'd like to try it. Yeah, why not? Really, if you think about it, it is kind of like this bike, but just more powerful. Yeah. So between the two, which is the best one to go with? Well, I would say this. For most people, this one's fine. This one's fine for most of us. But if you're one that wants to go a little bit quicker, you know, have a faster startup, you want to do 50 miles an hour, which I don't suggest you do, then that bike would be the better choice, of course. Keep in mind that whenever you're riding bikes that are this powerful, you do eat up battery. You know, the more you throttle hard, the more you ride fast, the more you throttle and not pedal, you're eating battery. Yeah, I'm down to 90% right now. You do eat batteries. If you plan to use it for what I said, where you wanted it for emergency purposes, you like the fact that it has a double battery system, that you can go farther, that's a good idea. You know, your amp hours is what you're looking for your range, but what's a 72 volts? That's got more pushing power. Yeah, if your motor has a high wattage output, you're going to need some pushing power. That's your voltage thing. That's where the 72 volts is going to come in handy. Yeah. So power is basically voltage times current equals your power output. It's basic electricity information. Most people know this, not all of us do, but it is. So let's say you like that 5,000 plus watt motor or whatever it happens to be. You're going to eat up a lot more power. You're going to eat up more battery, you know, to run that power. This is why I say sometimes a smaller wattage bike sometimes isn't a bad idea. You know, if you want to do certain type of riding, you know. I mentioned before, like going to the Botanic Garden, you know, I had like the Rad Rover 5. It was like a 500 watt motor that peaked, it's about 750. They call it 750, but we all know it might actually just be a peak 750. I was able to go far with that, with a double, I had 2 unit pack power batteries at the time, which I don't have anymore. I don't have the bike anymore either. But take that same concept and put a really high power motor on it. I don't even think those 2 20 amp hour batteries would have made it then. You're just sucking up all the power and then eating up the juice. So really, that might not be a good choice, right, for that. Now, if you need to get there fast, then of course maybe a more powerful battery, a more powerful motor with even more batteries would be needed to do that. In this case, this thing has a lot of power behind it, but if I'm not throttling hard, if I'm pedaling but you know, using a lower pedal assist number, like I'm on pedal assist level 2 on here right now. If my wattage usage is lower, I can go farther then, yeah. So it's really how you use your bike, really, is what it boils down to. Many of you guys know this. Yeah, it's kind of a repeat for you guys, but you have to remember too, there's a lot of new people who are looking at videos for e-bikes. They may not know. So that's why you sometimes hear me repeat certain things all the time, because, you know, you can't guarantee everybody's a long-time viewer. Where are we? Let's go this way. We're doing that again. Where are we? Yeah, I just ride. Like I said, I just ride. I don't really pay much attention to where I ride. I just kind of ride. Look at the neighborhoods, right? Yeah, some of these houses. Look at these houses. They're pretty big. Yeah, what do you think of those houses, huh? Some of them are pretty big out here. Yeah, I like riding neighborhoods and just looking around, see how the other half lives. Yeah, see how everybody has their houses and how they maintain their properties. Some don't maintain their properties, let's say. All right, where are we here? Let's go this way. Right turn only on school days. Well, it's not a school day. Wonder why they do that on the street. Well, here's the thing. I do have my GPS in case I get lost. But as you might notice, my cell phone is reversed. People have asked me before, why do you do that? Well, sometimes text messages come in. I may not want you to see that. Then I gotta blur it out. That's a lot of headache. So I don't do it. Let's turn here. Get out of the situation here. Lots of cars. It's heading back. So yeah, I just flip it over. I do have my cell phone connected to my watch. So if something comes in, I could quickly look at my watch and see what the text message is. See if it's important or not. I've decided that is probably the best way for me to do it. Now, if I'm using the phone as a GPS, obviously I have to flip it over. But, you know, just keeping your phone nearby, I think it's easier just to flip it upside down. That's why I'm doing it that way. All right, cross through the street again. Yeah, see, I'm not going to take a street like this. I think this is like, what is it, 40 or 45 miles per hour? You know people don't do that. 45 miles an hour according to the sign. You know people go faster than that, right? So, not going to do that. So anyway, that's the deal. Tell me in the comments what you think. If you think if we take the new wired Scout, what should we do with it? Because as I already told you, I don't think I'm going to ride it at 50 miles an hour for you. Yeah, I know, a little disappointing, but hey, you know, you got to stay safe. And I have to keep in mind too the current area that I'm in, what the situation is, right? The situation in this area is kind of volatile. So I don't want to add to it and make it tougher for everybody. So let's slow down here, let these cars get through. I'm gonna take a left here, put my arm out, let them know, get out of here. Move and move quick out of there, that's the whole thing. Now, I keep wondering if it's gonna rain. It smells like it's gonna rain. You ever notice the smell of things when it feels like it's gonna rain, or after it's rained, it has a certain smell? It kind of smells like that. So, I don't know. It might rain. I think there was always possibility of chance of rain. But here's the thing with the chance of rain, I don't trust those things. Even when they say 50% chance of rain, then it doesn't rain. And then sometimes 50% chance of rain, then it rains. So you don't know. You know what 50% chance of rain tells me? We don't know what to tell you. We'll give you a 50-50 shot at it. You know, well, okay, they don't want to commit. What a job being a weatherman. 50% chance. It might rain, might not rain. We don't know. Now it kind of smells like it's gonna. Here's the thing with the wired cruiser. It's got such a quick acceleration. If you throttle, be careful when you throttle. It could knock you back. Yeah, a couple times, you know, I have a half twist throttle, but I have a thumb throttle attachment. It's 3D printed thumb throttle attachment. Yeah, you twist it by accident by a little bit, then that thing could take off on you. I remember my friend Donut Jim. Remember him? Donut Jim said the first time he rode his wired Freedom, he says, "Man, that thing almost wanted to do a wheelie on me." Yeah, you got to be careful, man. You can't just twist this thing and say, "Okay, let's go." You know, knock you right on your butt. See the bike go flying. That won't be fun. You gotta be careful. Yeah, this is the kind of bike that even to do a left-hand turn thing or a right-hand turn signal makes me a little nervous. You know, I want to hang on to the handlebars with both hands on this bike. Yeah. You want to accidentally hit the throttle and you have only one hand going, man, you fall over. Yeah, we just slow down, keep moving. So when are they going to talk about passing this bill? I don't know. I don't know what the time limits are. I think it just recently passed the House, or passed the Senate, and now it's gone to this House Rules Committee in Illinois. We'll see. The thing is, though, even if they pass it, local ordinances could actually stop it too. That's a possibility where locally they may say, okay, even though the state allows it, we don't. That could happen. Yeah. I don't like that. I think if you're going to make a decision for the state, then everybody in the state should be able to do it. Let me know in the comments, do you guys ride the streets? Yeah, if you ride the streets, let me know if you do it. How the street conditions are in your area. I mean, some have told me that, you know, there's no way they could ride the streets, it's just too dangerous. Yeah, I could see that. Certain areas it could be. Others are like me, where we have certain streets, like, I mean, these streets that I've been riding, really, have I had that much interaction with cars around here? Not really. Yeah, I mean, these streets I'm riding here are kind of residential streets. That's fine with me. Yeah, it's fine with me just riding residential streets. It's no big deal, and it's safer. Yeah, I try my best sometimes to choose streets that are just easier. Kind of sometimes it takes it out of your way. It's okay. It's okay. Let's move the gear ratio up a little bit. I'm gonna drop the pedal assist down to 1. Pedal assist level 1, gear 6. I'm riding right now. I'm not pedaling real hard. Okay, just kind of easy cadence. You see, I'm able to maintain 18 to 19 miles an hour. And this is pedal assist level 1. Let's go to 2. Yeah, you can do 2. Yeah, I think 2 is probably better for me. Okay, now to get through the intersection, I will hit the throttle, get out of the intersection. I mean, if I'm doing 17, 18 miles an hour, I'm not gonna do intersection at 17, 18 miles an hour. I wanna get out of there. That's when I hit the throttle. Back to pedaling. Yeah, nice easy ride today. Taking it easy. Today's a Sunday, in case you're curious. I forgot to mention that. Weather was about 79 degrees when I left the house. It may have cooled down a little bit more since then. It feels like it has. I don't know, something's up. It might rain. You never know. I know sometimes on the videos you can't tell. But like I said, it kind of smells like it wants to rain. If it smells like it wants to rain, that means it probably rained sometime a little bit, right? Otherwise, why would it smell like that? Oh well. I just wanted to get out a little bit, take you guys along with me. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you think about the new wired, 72 volt wired Scout that I'm waiting on. Should I take it? Should he not give it to me? What's your thoughts on that? If I'm not gonna do 50 miles an hour, do I deserve to have one? Well, here's the thing, you know, I am promoting them, of course, obviously. Every time I ride a bike, ride their bike, and of course, if they give me one, of course, I will be riding it. It is a promotion for them. Yeah, Steven, who's the owner, he told me that before. I says, I don't know how many of these will sell, you know, because of Russ is right. He goes, it doesn't matter. He says, it doesn't matter. He says, it's kind of like advertising, so he's fine with that. So he says, it doesn't matter. Well, let's see how it goes. Yeah, and we sold a number of e-bikes for them. Yeah, a number of you guys ordered it because of the Russ is Right channel. So I appreciate it. Hopefully, if you're interested in either one of these cruisers or the new Scout or the Predator even, yeah, use my affiliate link. It does help out because what it does is it lets them know that, you know, my efforts were effective for them, okay? All right, I'll talk to you guys next time.